Building research skills. Building research, reading, and note-taking skills for elementary and middle school students by researching a country. My name is Lisa Bambino. I'm a learning and curriculum specialist. The goal of this 3-video series is to provide elementary and middle school teachers with an exciting way to engage their students in research that they can use to prepare short visual presentations. By watching these 3 videos, you will learn how to use a high-interest country study to teach your students foundational research, reading, and note-taking skills. You will also model for your students an engaging, culminating activity that will enable them to synthesize the information they have acquired. Our curriculum goals include directly instructing students in acquiring foundational research skills, such as locating reliable student-friendly websites, organizing a country study using the 5 strands of social studies, launching a country study using a read-aloud about a notable person, directly instructing students in locating articles for information and taking notes, and finally, modeling culminating activities that students can do to demonstrate their research. In this particular video, you will learn how to directly instruct your students in locating student-friendly websites that will allow them to access relevant and accessible information on their topic. You will also learn how to organize a country study by the 5 strands or themes of social studies. And finally, you will launch your country study with a read aloud about a notable person from your country. Foundational research skills include teaching students to locate reliable online resources such as Duckster, Britannica, Kids Kittle Encyclopedia, National Geographic, and ScienceKid.com. These are excellent student-friendly websites that provide relevant information about a plethora of topics and are language accessible. It is important that the teachers share their screen with students so that students can learn how the teacher accesses reliable websites. The 5 strands of social studies provide an excellent paradigm to use to analyze a country and to organize research. The 5 strands include geography, government, economy, history, and culture. It is important for the teacher to directly instruct students in the meaning of the strands. What is the geography of a place and the impact of the geography on the people who live there? What is the purpose of a government? What are the types of government? What is an economy? Why is the economy important? What is the history of the nation and what is the impact of this history on its peoples? And finally, what is the culture of a nation and all of its components? Let's study Kenya, but why? Choosing a high-interest country to study. Teachers should pre-research each strand to determine if the country will be of high interest to their specific students. In the case of Kenya, the Great Rift Valley exposes students to new geographical concepts. Kenya is a democracy like the United States, so students will understand the idea of elected representatives of the people. With respect to the economy, Kenya produces tangible products that the students can understand, like coffee, tea, and flowers. Finally, students can relate to tourism and seeing wild animals on a safari. Kenya's history is fascinating because Kenya is the birthplace of humanity. There are also historical facts about Kenya, including its colonization by Britain, that students can understand because of their study of the United States. A comparison between the struggle for freedom by Kenya and the struggle for independence by the United States from Britain will provide insightful information to students on issues of racism. The enslavement of Kenyans and their sale to the Americas will enable students to embark on critical learning opportunities about the Middle Passage and how Kenya was robbed of generations of its people and wealth. Finally, the culture of Kenya will be of high interest to students because of the multitude of tribes who live in Kenya, its dual language system, as well as the dominance of Kenyans in sports such as soccer and running. I like to start a country study with a read aloud about a famous person from that country in order to elevate the interest of the students in an important person. Children can form a connection with another person more easily than a nation of people. In this case, since we're studying the nation of Kenya, I would suggest the books Mama Miti by Donna Jo Napoli and illustrated by Kadir Nelson, or Wangari's Trees of Peace. Wangari Maathai, known as Mama Miti, founded the Green Belt movement in 1977 after she returned to her homeland of Kenya to find deforestation and soil erosion. Today, through her Green Belt movement, more than 30 million trees have been planted throughout Kenya. Since Wangari has changed Kenya one tree at a time, she became the first African woman to win the Nobel Peace Prize in 2004. The next two videos will focus on note-taking and creating culminating activities. Finally, it is important to note that this country study is not designed as an independent research project. In order for students to best understand how to pursue research, teachers need to directly instruct them in the research process as a class.